Yes, lovely people. Hope you're well. Welcome back to another combat catch up. I'm joined by the one and only Luke Tanner. Jake, unfortunately, can't make this episode, but as always, love and shout out to Jamie Phillips. Make sure you go and subscribe to his channel. Make sure you subscribe to Luke Tanner's channel as well. Link us in the description. Before we start this, he said there's a lot to talk about. There is a lot to talk about, bro. You've got UFC 300 and the fallout. Is there a new face of MMA? Also, going to be speaking about Plessis versus Israel Adesanya at UFC 305. Going to be speaking about Khabib's tax issues. Will that prompt him to make a return? And also, Nate Diaz takes on Jorge Masvidal in boxing this Saturday night. Luke, bro, how are you doing?
I'm feeling all right. I feel like that we've not really missed much, have we, since UFC 303? Can't think of any big things that have happened post fight presser or anything really this week. Sort of been a quiet week, hasn't it? Really?
Yeah, just the same as old, isn't it? Like someone gets a fantastic knockout, and then Dana White speaks about John Jones, and then gets annoyed when someone questions him about John Jones. It's the usual, really. I've just seen something come in as well. This is not even on the schedule, but have you seen Chael Sonnen's tweet?
I think he's been hacked. I think he's been.
Oh,
hacked.
is it?
Yeah, I think he's been hacked. Yeah, I think Tommy from MMA or Point said like he's been hacked. I think so.
Oh, it looks. Oh, yes, it does look like it.
Yeah, come on, man. Like, come on. He's just like Bisping. He's another tough guy that's gone soft because he's got to, you got to please Daddy Dana.
Oh, he's definitely been hacked.
He's 100% been hacked, man. So, unfortunately, Chael's not laying the smack down, but the hackers are.
Yeah.
Shame, really.
That's a shame. Well, that's no news then. Well, let's start with something that is news, and that is UFC 303. Alex Portan Pereira went up against Yuri Prohaska in the rematch, and he made it look easy. And I don't think I've seen anyone else make it look easy against Yuri, but he made it look like a walk in the park. He went out there at the end of the first round, he dropped him. Yuri went back to his corner. At the start of the second round, he hit Yuri with a picture-perfect high kick. Herb Dean looked at him. He looked at Herb Dean. Herb Dean says, if he dies, he dies. And Alex Portan Pereira says, okay, I'm going to go and kill them. Complete opposite to the first stoppage between the two, where it was stopped arguably a little bit early. This one was stopped a little bit too late, in my opinion. The difference between Herb Dean and Mark Goddard: Mark will try and save your life before it gets to that stage. Herb Dean's going to see if you're a warrior and will actually get yourself out of it. Two fantastic referees, though, as I joke about it. But one thing that's not a joke, and that is Alex Pereira at 205. He is, barring the Blachowicz fight, he looks extremely comfortable here, and he's blitzing people. I mean,
it's like I predicted this. It's like I predicted that he'd beat Yuri.
He's making it look so good. He's making it look so good.
Do you know
is he the face of, and I say the face of MMA, I'm not saying the most popular or the most polar. Is he currently the face of MMA out of active fighters?
Out of active fighters? I'll probably say so. Yeah, 100% say so, because let's be honest, this year he's come and saved your two biggest events of the year. Came in short notice to face Jamal Hill with a broken toe for UFC 300.
Yeah.
And then literally gets the call 2 weeks before UFC 303. The whole debacle over McGregor, Chandler. Is Chandler going to stay on the card? Is McGregor going to come back from this injury? Pereira's just doing a tour of Australia, mate. He's fucking living life. Sparring Tai Tuivasa, sparring heavyweight boxers, gets the call to say Sharma, no Sharma.
Yeah.
Literally, the back of the car just does the call. The coach just go, hey, what's that about? Yeah, just taking McGregor's spot. And they're like, nah, no way. And they're going, yeah. Straight back into camp. And do you know what? He absolutely deserves all the accolades that he's getting. Because let's be honest. Sorry, Carl, I'm going to have to sort of dig you out a little bit, because certain people Certain people had Yuri winning.
I did. That's the last time I bet against Pereira. No, it won't be the last time. I'll answer the
It was
question.
the last time.
It might not be the last time. At 205, it's the last time I bet against Pereira.
Yeah, because to be fair, like the fight sort of played out how I thought it would play out. It's sort of struggle with the Yuri movement. Then as soon as he clocked onto it, boom, he's going to land the money shot. And if there was 10 seconds left in that first round, then boom, we're talking about a first round KO.
Yeah.
But yeah, he is currently the biggest active star. He is the card saver at the moment, and you know he is 100% in that pound for pound list, no matter what anybody says. Yeah, including the promoter himself, who has got this weird fetish with John Jones. But I'm sure that we'll touch on that in a little bit. But at the moment, he is the guy. He can call the shots whatever he wants. You know what? If he wants to rematch Blachowicz, you rematch Blachowicz. If you want to jump up to heavyweight and fight Tom Aspinall, then you can jump up to heavyweight and fight Tom Aspinall. If you want to rock around to John Jones' house and batter him about, then yes, absolutely you can. You earn that right. Now, and any of the light heavyweights calling him out, saying, "Oh yeah, we want to stand and bang." Look at the people he's just KO'd with people using the exact same tactics. Yeah, I don't want to out-grapple you. I want to stand with you. I want to go toe for toe. I want to go punch for punch. Well, there's only one guy ending up in the hospital.
Yeah.
And ironically, the only guy that went straight for the wrestling first was Jan Blachowicz.
He made Izzy wrestle.
Izzy wrestled, but didn't wrestle straight off the bat. They wrestled after getting into striking exchanges. Jan Blachowicz went boom. We're going straight into the wrestling. Straight into the wrestling straight away because he knew that was the weakness. And many people, like myself, thought that Pereira was very lucky to beat Jan Blachowicz because I thought Jan might have just edged it.
I did as well.
Wrestling. And Ankalaev tweeting saying, "Oh yeah, just gonna stand, knock you out, no takedowns for 15 minutes." I'm thinking, what number one bullshit, brother?
What a crazy tactic to adopt.
Yeah, guess what? You're gonna get knocked out.
Yeah, and probably badly as well. We're gonna come on to who he's gonna fight next, but he has been moved up to the number 2 in the pound for pound rankings, leapfrogging John Jones. So it's currently Makhachev, Pereira, and then John Jones. Do you agree with that, or should he actually be number 1 in your opinion, considering he has won belts in 2 divisions and defended in 2 divisions, even though he lost at 85?
Yeah. Yes. For me, at the moment, he is the pound for pound best fighter in the UFC. Active fighter at the moment, compared to the level of competition that he's fought against. Let's just go with Islam and Pereira. Let's not talk about the other guy for a minute.
Yeah,
he has knocked out. He's knocked out Yuri twice.
Yeah,
Jamal, and then who did he beat to win the belt? Who did he beat to win the belt?
The 205, Yuri, vacant.
Yes, vacant. So he's basically knocked out Yuri twice and then he's beat Jamal. Like, look what Islam's done since he got the belt at lightweight. Fought against Volt.
Middleweight as well, knocked out Strickland and then beat Izzy.
Knocked out Izzy as well. And hey, Izzy, you're a little hater, by the way. I've noticed that. I've clocked you. Because you're a little hater, because he's taking everything you work for. He's taking everything.
I don't think he's a hater, but I do think I actually think deep down, they really like and respect each other deep down.
Yeah.
I think there'll always be that competitive rivalry, but I actually think they like and respect each other deep down because they brought the best out of each other.
Yeah, but it's just so funny, like every fight that Izzy's gone. Yeah, I just think I think Yuri's gonna win, Jamal's gonna win, Strickland's gonna win, Blachowicz is gonna win. Yeah, how's that worked out for you, buddy?
No, I think Izzy predicted him to beat Strickland, but yeah, he predicted the others to beat him.
Yeah, I hope that you didn't bet on those fights, mate. Because
oh yeah, I'd be broke now.
Yeah, you'd be broke. like you'd be broke. But if you look at the level of competition, Islam's never jumped up a weight. to fight for the welterweight belt. Pereira's done it. He's defended the belt. Is he defended it? Probably defended it the same amount of times.
Twice, yeah.
Against people in their actual divisions, not against the champion jumping up from lightweight like Islam Makhachev. No disrespect to him, but facts are facts. So for me, that's why he's at the moment the pound for pound number one at the moment, and he is starching dudes. Like 205, I can't see who beats him.
Yeah, me neither. At the post-fight press conference, Dana again was asked about this, and Dana once again doubled down about John Jones.
Taking a sip of the drink before.
Yeah, I feel as though Dana's getting really confused between pound for pound and GOAT list. In terms of the GOAT list, which we'll also speak about as it pertains to Pereira in a sec, Jones obviously sits at that table, arguably is number one. Not my personal number one, but
no way.
I can understand why people say number one. Pound for pound is a fluid, ever-moving list. And if you look at boxing, Inoue, Crawford, Canelo, they are consistently changing. It's never just one person. It all depends on their most recent result and their performance. It can't just be John Jones is there and no one else can take it away from him, because if that's the case, then GSP should still be on it then. And he's not. If that's the case, Conor should still be on it because Conor won the belt in 2 weight divisions, etc. So it's a very weird take from Dana. And for me, what I don't get is the fact of you are a promoter or meant to be promoter, and you're putting your other fighters down. Like, all he has to say is, look, you guys decide the pound for pound list. But after Pereira's last performance, I don't know how he's not at least in the top 5. But you guys decide that. All I know is the killers in the UFC, they can all be alternated. I've got my pound for pound, but yours might be different. Yours might be different. But for him to actually go back and forth and argue,
yeah, they're blowing arguing. And the thing
weird.
is, like, if you listen to the altercation, journalists didn't say anything wrong. But
yeah,
Dana has got this weird obsession, and you know where it comes from. It comes from the big guy. It comes from Francis.
Yeah.
It comes from Francis, because when Francis was knocking out dudes, Dana was telling John Jones, you might need to go down to middleweight.
Yeah.
Yeah, but hey, when John Jones beat Dominic Reyes, John Jones went bye-bye. He went missing. He went, hey, where's John?
Dana even said after that fight, I thought Reyes won the fight.
Yeah, well, funny how things change. And I remember when John Jones said, you know what, I'm going away for 3 years because I want to build a bit of muscle. Yeah, I want to make sure that my heavyweight move, I want to bulk up, I want to look right.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what you were doing for 3 years, mate, because that looked like 15 pounds worth of fat on you when you fought big old Cyril. But it's funny how you wanted to come out and fight when Francis left the UFC.
Yeah.
I thought you were meant to be like the baddest guy on the planet. Mr. Lock me in the room with anyone and I'm going to walk out the victor. Well, he didn't do that when Francis was knocking around.
Here's what he did with Francis. This is what I think a lot of people miss. He didn't actively duck Francis. And I don't think there's a world we live in where John Jones is frightened of Francis, or any man, to be honest. Well, what he did do is price himself out the fight.
Yeah.
He priced himself out. So I'll put it like this. Say, for example, I said, Luke, can you come on the stream? And you go, yeah, but it's going to cost you £1,000 per stream. You're not saying no, but you're also basically saying you better make it very favorable for me to say
that because he deep down he doesn't really want to fight, and he's putting out a figure that he knows the UFC are not going to match, because contrary to people's beliefs, John Jones has never been a pay-per-view star. The biggest amount of pay-per-view you got was with DC, and that was less than $1 million. Yeah. Less than $1 million. He has never been a pay-per-view star for the UFC. So that's a big myth. People think because he's a big pay-per-view star, but you know what? It's so weird because this is the third. He shat on Pereira 300. Who fought 301? I'm trying to think who was the main event for 301.
Erstick and Pantoja.
And 302, that was Islam Dustin,
Yeah.
shat on Islam, pause,
Yeah.
basically dismissed Islam. Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously this one, he's just gone, you know, Pereira. Yeah, not pound for pound. Yeah, John Jones still my guy. Like he's still the best guy on the planet. Well, if that's the case, he wouldn't be fighting, a basically retired firefighter.
Yeah.
Like he wouldn't be fighting and saying that Pereira needs to fight Tom Aspinall to see if any of them are worthy to fight you.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I thought, when did this shit turn into boxing?
When did he become so
Going-
delusional? Like, shall I tell you, I think everyone forgets what John Jones was. John Jones was who's number one in the division. All right, I'll fight him then. He's almost. You're right. He's turned it into boxing. He has lost that will to fight the next best, as opposed to fighting for money. Look, if you're gonna do that and you just want legacy fights, or you just effectively want money fights, which are easy, just drop the belt. Exactly. Because you holding the belt and beating Stipe does nothing for you. It makes no difference to the result. But it's silly. It is really silly. But based on that, I asked, do you think Pereira's next fight is at 205 or heavyweight?
Oh, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. I'm pretty sure like Pereira's all back in the gym already, by the way.
Yeah, he is, which is
back in training because he's
insane.
he's insane. It's because he's an animal. No, I do think he takes another fight at 205. Because he's still got work to do at 205, even though
that much work though, bro. If we're going to be honest, he's got one more bit of work to do.
Because obviously he needs to fight Ankalaev, even though Ankalaev probably doesn't deserve it. And knowing Pereira, he'll probably want to rematch Blachowicz to really put, Mark down and say, yeah, that performance was a bit of a one-off compared to the other performances he's put in. So those are probably the two fights, and then any up and comer that thinks that they're at the level could come and get it. You like Anthony Smith. Oh no, sorry, that's never happening, by the way. Anthony Smith, you keep Pereira's name out your mouth, because that fight's done. Yeah, that fight's done. Yeah, after what I saw against you and Delete say, that fight is done. So I think it will be at 205. I know Aspinall mentioned about saying that it would fight. Oh, it's Callum frozen? Oh dear, Callum has frozen. But whilst Callum has frozen, everyone make sure to hit the like button, share button, and subscribe button. I'll just go through some of the comments whilst whilst Callum is resetting his laptop. I just go to a comment from Shannon Olivia. Is John Jones scared to fight Tom Aspinall? Is he scared? I think he is scared because it is a very difficult fight. He's actually fighting a heavyweight that's actually well-rounded, who's extremely talented. Like, let's be honest, like when we saw him versus Cyril Gane matched up, we sort of knew that, yeah, once he, takes him down, then it's pretty much going to be like a one-round, one-and-done type of thing. So that's why I think he's more scared. As Franklin says, like, I think he's more scared of the result. I think he's more scared because we know, like, with the fight game, when you're on top, when you are, in some people's eyes, the pinnacle of the sport, it's only one result away from everyone changing that. So yes, I think he's more scared of the result rather than the fight. And of course, John Jones is asking for Pereira because he sees an obvious weakness. Take him down, light work. Hey, but trust me, if there is any way that those two fought, because Pereira is on his own, finish the story. But he's not finishing it for himself. He's finishing it for Glover. Basically beaten everyone Glover has lost to. And there's only one person that he needs to fight, and that's Big John Jones.
Yeah.
But anyhow, anyway, Stipe can beat John Jones. I swear to God, Callum, I've got several bottles of champers in the house. I'm going to stick one in the fridge just in case, because I swear to God, that happens. for partying at 6 a.m.
It would be crazy. It really would be crazy. I just don't see it happening in any world, though. I don't think that fight gets out of the first round, if I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, because Tifu's going to finish him.
Let me ask you a question, bro. This is for everyone in the comments. Shout out to everyone in the comments. I see a lot of you, actually. I'll give you a few shout outs, actually. Shout out to Chris Brack, the one and only, who is coming in and RKO's out of nowhere. Shout out to Hassan, A9, Shannon, Olivia. Shout out to Imran. Big up to Misha Tate as always on behalf of Imran. Shout out to Franklin, CJ as well. If Pereira does the unthinkable, goes up to heavyweight and wins a belt, where does that put him in the GOAT listing?
In the GOAT listing.
Because he wouldn't have had the largest resume, but goodness me, he'd probably have one of the most prestigious.
I think his story as a whole would really elevate him. Would really elevate him. The fact is that how long's he been in the company for?
3 years.
About 3 years. And hey, let's be honest, he's been doing the Conor McGregor shit. When Conor came in, 3 years, boom, 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 boom.
He also was a 2-weight division in Glory Kickboxing, if I'm not mistaken, the first
division,
to do that as well.
This guy is a combat sport GOAT as it is. Like, if he went, yeah, that's it, my career done. He is certified a bona fide UFC Hall of Famer.
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt.
Guaranteed he is the first ballot UFC Hall of Famer.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he would be the first UFC champion to win belts in 3 weight divisions. I know it has been done outside of the UFC. So I'm really surprised that Dana's not pushing it, because we know Dana likes to claim that he's the first for everything, and to have a triple UFC champion would be, Dana would gloat about that till Kingdom Come if someone managed to do it. But I think he will be given the opportunity. At least he deserves the opportunity. Whether or not it happens this year,
I have a theory. So I think John Jones beats Stipe and retires, and then the belt's vacated, and I think Pereira fights the winner of Aspinall and Curtis Blades for the vacant belt. But I think he fights Ankalaev before that and beats Ankalaev, because he likes that. I think he fights one more time this year, maybe like November, December.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think. Hey, if there's a card that needs saving, you know who you're calling.
He's the guy.
You know who you're calling. Is that or Dan Ige? It just depends how short notice you want it to be. So do you want it 2 weeks, or do you want it 4 hours notice? Because Dan Ige is ready to go at 4 hours notice, and he was very well looked after by the UFC, as he should.
Yes, absolutely.
So literally getting off the couch, he was literally having a massage.
That's
and even
crazy.
Got Ali Abdelaziz calling him that, who isn't even his manager.
That's crazy.
Mental.
Why was Ali involved in actually? Do you know?
Is he the representative for Lopez? Not too sure.
Might be. But either way, what Ige did to save that bout and that event.
And now he's getting a fight at the Sphere.
And well deserved. Both of them are well deserved.
Yeah. Hey, and Danny Gates called that Ryan Garcia. So
yeah. I reckon it will be Lopez versus Ortega at the Sphere, providing Ortega is all right.
Yeah. No, I know he put out a lengthy comment on Insta. I posted it on X, but I've not really read through it. But he sort of explained his illness, so speedy recovery.
Yeah,
of
indeed.
Course, speedy recovery to him. Yeah, no, people really gave him a bit of shit for like changing the weight last minute, which it's a pretty shitty thing to do, not gonna lie. And I think
he's not usually an unprofessional fighter, so for this to just be a one time, it's not like a Gastelum situation where Gastelum's done it a few times. This is the first time we've seen Ortega do
the UFC. You're gonna have to close that loophole, because that's not good. That 2 fights, you've sort of, the guy's sort of gone literally last minute. Yeah, can't wait.
Yeah, it's getting
and
silly.
Really disadvantaging the other guy who actually made weight. So they're going to need to change that quick, because more fighters will abuse it.
Yeah, definitely. If you haven't already, smash that like button, please, people. Also, make sure you subscribe to Luke's channel and Jamie Phillips' channel's links are in the description. Right, UFC 305. No promotion behind this, no announcement, but there was a press conference, a pre-sale press conference, should we say, but for UFC 305, which will be happening in Australia, Perth to be exact. And it featured Israel Adesanya and Dracus du Plessis, who will be going up against each other in a hotly anticipated bad blood feud for the 185-pound belt. Will Israel Adesanya become the first ever three-time middleweight champion, or will du Plessis cement his legacy by beating one of the best middleweights to ever do it? I've watched the press conference, and I'm an Izzy fan. I think du Plessis might have got the better of Izzy in that press conference.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Did you see what he said in the face off?
Yeah.
Please, there you got that.
Yeah, so Izzy said
No.
they're very close. It was an intense stare down. He says, "You're not going to kiss me now, are you? Or are you going to kiss me now?" And he says, "I'm not your dog," or something like that.
Yeah, I've got a dog, so no.
Yeah, do you know what? One thing I will say, he is winning he won the press conference.
Oh yeah.
Obviously,
I
that
have
has
to
no
say,
bearing on the fight, but he won the press
I
conference,
have to
which
say, Izzy's a corny motherfucker, man. Oh, he's so fucking corny, man.
can be.
It's grating. It's so grating, man. Like the one-liners are not going off, man. Like they're not coming off. It's making it sound a bit.
I think
Oh,
his one-liners would have worked if there was a crowd there, but because it's just journalists, it doesn't.
I
He didn't
don't.
really hit.
Last time we did that in a crowd, yeah, it didn't really get any reaction. It got more reaction out of Strickland cooking him
Yeah,
rather than so like his aura among his fan aura is slowly depreciating a little bit
mm,
because, like most people, felt like that he is undeserving of this title shot.
yeah,
It's not like he's come off a long reign, lost it, and this is his first opportunity to get it back. He had that when he lost to Pereira, got his rematch like he deserved
and
because he was a long reigning champion, then
yeah,
dropped it at the first defense against Sean
yeah,
Strickland. And then obviously Strickland had the close fight with du Plessis, which I thought Strickland just edged.
yeah,
But Strickland should have got the rematch rather
yeah. I
than
agree.
Adesanya, which they've been pushing for ages.
But we
Since
know
du
why
Plessis
these two are
knocked out
fighting.
Whittaker.
We know why they're fighting. The reason they're fighting is because it's the money fight. It's the money fight in the division.
Is it really the money fight? Like how many
Yeah, it
what
is. I
is
mean,
it gonna do?
Strickland and du Plessis, as good of a fight it was, it's not going to generate much. And du Plessis is beating Whittaker. Whittaker and Strickland should be fighting each other.
Oh
And
yeah, but
barring
Whittaker,
those three, there's no other chance. There's no other challenger for du Plessis at the moment.
hey,
Izzy
Strickland's
is
been a
the
little
money
bitch
fight.
anyway. Strickland's been a little bitch anyway, saying he's not gonna fight Whittaker.
Yeah, shall I tell you what it
Yeah,
is?
guess what?
Strickland,
Whittaker's just gonna hop over you and get the title shot.
yeah, I understand why Strickland's saying what he's saying. The problem is the message is coming from the wrong messenger. And the reason I say that is because Strickland has always been one of these guys who says, I'm not waiting around, I'll fight anyone. And now all of a sudden you're waiting around saying you won't fight him. Like, and again, arguably, your performance, well, not arguably, your performance against Costa wasn't better than Whittaker's performance against Aliskerov. Even though Costa's higher ranked, Aliskerov was a late, short notice replacement, and Whittaker looked phenomenal. That is the fight. If Strickland, in my opinion, should be doing what du Plessis did, because du Plessis, remember, didn't have to fight Whittaker. He could have just got a straight title shot. And he said, no, I'm going to prove it. I'm going to prove I'm number one. And he did. So when it came to him getting a title shot, there was absolutely no reservations from anyone. Everyone was like, it's got to be him. I
Yeah,
think Strickland should adopt that approach and just be like, look, let's just do this. I believe I can beat Whittaker. I'm going to go out there and prove it. Once I do that, no one, and I mean no one, can deny me a title shot, especially with the two fighters in it, because he's got rematches with both of them down the line. So I think it makes all the sense in the world. One person who isn't on the card is Dan Hooker so far. Now, Izzy was very vocal in saying he wants Hooker on the card and Hooker should be on the card. But I ask you, who would you match up with Hooker?
I didn't know Izzy was a matchmaker. Or has that changed?
Looking out for his boy.
I didn't know he called the shots. Better not tell Dana that. You might get sacked. I thought, who should Dan Hooker fight? I think, he put out a rumor saying about him and Charles, which wasn't true.
Yeah.
Where is he in the rankings? He must be pretty low down. I think he's
So
still
Hooker's
ranked.
number 11.
Hooker's number 11.
So I'll read the top 15 from 15 up. So Bobby Green 15, DeSantos, Jalen Turner, Benoit Sendini, Dan Hooker, Renato Moicano, Holloway in at night, which I still don't get how Holloway is lower than Gaethje when he
Holloway?
How is Holloway at number 9 when he beat Gaethje?
Yeah, I take Hooker Gaethje.
Yeah,
I take Hooker Gaethje, but I think Gaethje's still in the
yeah, Gaethje's not taking that fight. Rafael Fiziev, Benil Dariush, Chandler, who's not obviously going to fight him, Gamrot, Poirier's not going to fight him.
I think it's
Gaethje's
Fiziev
not.
versus Dariush.
Oliveira's not going to, and Sarukian. You're saying Dariush?
No. I think Fiziev Dariush has been booked for 308.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, apparently.
Fiziev is back.
So that's off the cards. He really, I think it'll be Dragar closer because I did a video because Dana did one of his videos and like it leaked half the card like that.
I swear he does that on purpose. I think he does that on purpose.
Yeah, well, it was Steve Ursig on it. Steve Ursig, Adesanya, Jack de la Maddalena. So I think we'll see Shavkat.
I think Jack's out of this card. I think he's actually
is he
injured again. Yeah, but Ursig's fighting Kai Kara France, which will be a good fight.
Yeah, so I think it'll be Hooker versus Closer because there's no really big fights. Unless you listen to Colby Covington saying that. Oh no, hold on, that was more aimed at Charles rather than Dan. Yeah, ignore that. Another. Oh, Callum's left again. I was going to say Dan Hooker versus Colby Covington, but then I realised that it wasn't Colby it wasn't Hooker that Colby was. It wasn't.
At this point, does anyone take Colby seriously?
Nah, not really.
Ducking Ian Gary, not fighting unless it's favourable to him, getting title shots that he shouldn't get, losing title shots he shouldn't have got in the first place.
Yeah,
saying a bunch of nonsense just for the sake of it to be clickbaity. I don't even know if anyone takes Colby serious anymore, if I'm going to be honest. I don't.
Well, yeah, I don't know. No, I don't know who fights. It'll be an unranked fighter. The ranked fighters are pretty much booked. Paddy ver Bobby Green's literally within the few weeks.
What about you wouldn't do Benoit Saint-Denis?
I think I saw something him and Moicano get matched up.
That might be at the Paris card.
So I can't. There's not really a lot for him, Jalen Turner, he's still on hiatus.
They already fought as well. Great fight, though.
That was his last fight. So it'll probably be some unranked opponent, potentially. Like an up-and-comer trying to nick his spot, basically, that the UFC rate.
Fair dues. Moving on now to another lightweight. Some consider him the GOAT of all of MMA. Probably the GOAT of lightweight. And that is Khabib. Khabib is going through some tax issues right now, and they seem really serious. His gym was raided. These are stuff that was really serious.
Oh no. Okay, so I don't really want to touch on it because it's very sensitive. The gym being raided is not to do with the taxes. It's not to do with the taxes. It is something else that happened with regards to a gym affiliate of him.
Okay.
Was you know what? I'm not going to mention it because it's yeah. So that's completely separate. But regards to the taxes, hey, someone might need to break the promise to their mother.
Yeah, and I was going to ask you because let's be real, Khabib fighting once will probably generate him the money he needs to clear that. But if I'm not mistaken, he should be in a pretty favorable situation financially anyway, with the money he's made and the investments he should have made. And do you think we see Khabib back in the octagon?
I'll probably say no, because it is the most obvious answer. If he, okay, let's say he did come back, who's he gonna fight?
Anyone?
Because obviously it's gonna be for a title. Yeah, because
I
he
don't
ain't
think he'll get.
come
I
back
don't
to
think
fight.
I don't think he'll get a title shot straight away.
But he, well, he definitely not gonna fight his cousin or
No,
like his
yeah,
friend. He's not gonna fight Makachev. So rule that out. Could you entice him with a BMF match with McGregor if McGregor grabs the BMF belt somehow? Maybe. Could you see him jump up to welterweight? Could you see him fight Leon Edwards? Maybe, probably not. And the longer he leaves it, the more beatable he becomes.
yeah,
His Father Time is the real undefeated one. And Khabib is sitting out in his prime. Obviously, he's retired. He's eating loads of burgers, steaks and burgers. He's eating good. He's living a good life.
as he should, as he should.
Not when it comes to filing his taxes. And after all the really disgusting things McGregor said about his family,
Yeah,
maybe on certain things, maybe he was right after all, because it's not looking good. It
it's
is
not.
not looking good. What he is saying has unfortunately started to come to light to maybe
Yeah,
be correct.
which is
But whether or not we see
crazy.
him fight, I don't know. But with Saudi now involved, his excellency now involved calling the shots, there's probably a bigger the chance of him fighting has probably grown more than it ever has grown,
Yeah,
with him being as involved. If Saudi wasn't a factor, then I'd be like, yeah, not a chance in hell that
yeah.
he is fighting again. But because Saudi's involved, then there's always a possibility.
I think we could see him again. I genuinely do think we could see him again. If these issues are as bad as is what it seems, I think we could see him fight again. And I think there's 4 people he could be matched up with. I might even do a little video on it, so I might not go into detail, but I think there's 4 people he could be matched up with. And I think he comes back, he's straight away the second biggest fighter for second biggest star. And then I also think he basically, barring a title shot, I think he fights whoever he wants. And I think whoever's asked to fight him will say yes, because they know it's just going to be
I don't think he's
crazy
as
high
big a
the money.
star as people think he is. I think
I
he took
do,
a
you
lot of
know.
that from beating McGregor. He wasn't.
I think he still is. You look at the love that Makachev gets. The love Makachev gets effectively is there because of the affiliation with Khabib. Now
Yeah, and
Makachev is now forging his own path, and he's showing everyone just what a fantastic fighter he is, and an exciting fighter, etc. But his initial push and love that he was getting was effectively from his
yeah.
affiliation with Khabib.
Chael says his Twitter's back to normal. Yeah, it was hacked after all.
Yeah,
God
it is
damn it,
definitely.
Chael, man. Just wanted to believe that you were actually spitting some. No, but I think there's a possibility. It's still slim, but the door's never closed. The door's
Yeah,
never closed. If the money's right, you do it. Could people only return to kill McGregor? Guaranteed, if those fight, it'll be the second biggest pay per view of all time.
if they fight
Behind
again,
this one.
I
Yeah,
think it depends on whether he beats Chandler or how he looks against Chandler. If he comes back and fights Chandler and gets smoked, I don't know if it does. If he comes back and he beats Chandler, oh, now we're talking.
yeah.
Like, now we're really talking, because that would be huge.
Oh yes, 100%.
Like, that would be absolutely off the chain. But I still don't see him beating Chandler. So The thing is, McGregor and Khabib still does over 1 million pay-per-views, so
Oh yeah, 100%. Any card that has McGregor is
yeah,
the only person that's getting 1 million pay-per-views.
yeah. So I think he's safe there. Speaking of pay-per-views and two former pay-per-view stars in the UFC, Nate Diaz is going up against Jorge Masvidal in boxing this weekend. Now, both fighters actually did want to do an MMA. However, Masvidal is still contracted to UFC. Nate doesn't want to be contracted to the UFC, so that fight was never going to happen in MMA. However, the UFC have granted Masvidal a license or the exclusion, of being able to fight boxing against Nate Diaz. Now, call me a sucker, Luke. I'm really looking forward to this. Like, these are both OGs. I have been. They're both OGs. Say what you want about their skills. One thing you can never question is their appetite for fighting and the dog that they have in both of them. It's in a new sport, and they're both going to get paid handsome. They're both going to get paid way more, in my opinion, than they would have been paid if they fought each other in the UFC.
Yeah, that much.
It's a win-win. It doesn't affect anything in terms of MMA. For me, it's a win-win. But I might be in the minority here.
I think one thing's for certain, they're going to get paid. That's about it. The build-up has been embarrassing.
It's not been great, especially the brawl outside and all that.
They have barely sold tickets for this event. This is not going to do well pay-per-views because people are not interested in this. I laughed when I saw this. I was like, what? Oh dear. Someone get Jake Paul on the phone, man.
I'm all in. I'm not even gonna lie.
I know you're all in.
I'm all in, bro.
I'll probably just see the highlights of just Nate just going like this. Try to slap like this. That's what I'll see. And then Masvidal will probably look half decent because he's got that semi-boxing background, but Diaz is just going to try and slap him with the boxing gloves on. It's going to be funny to watch.
I'm looking forward to it, man. I can't lie. I'm really looking forward.
Me, not so much. Probably why I won't watch it. But
so you're not going to watch it at all?
I'll probably see the little clips on X.
The thing is, it is going to be up. It is going to be like, again, I don't know if it's fortunate or not, but a little Alonso will probably wake up around the time where the fight will be starting. So I'll probably take on daddy duty that night. Give her a bottle.
Perfect alarm clock, you know.
Yeah. Give her a bottle and watch the fight. So it might work out all right for me. I'm not going to do a watch along for it, obviously.
No, you're not doing one. There's no way you're doing a watch along for it.
No, I'm not doing a watch along for it, but I actually think it's going to be a better fight than what people think. I think it's going to be a very intriguing fight.
It will surprise people because we're like, for those, it will surprise people because people are going to go, "Oh, it wasn't that shit." Because I reckon the bar's going to be so low that people are going to go, "Well, at least it wasn't the shit as I thought it was going to be."
No, that's true. That is very true.
And I tell you that it's going to go for a draw. It's going to go for a draw, or it'll be like a split decision either way.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Oh, I hope not. I want to get a defined winner. Nate did do an interview with Mighty Mouse. If you haven't seen that, people go and check that out. Mighty Mouse, a go inside the cage and a go outside it. A fantastic interview. He did say that trilogy fight with McGregor is going to happen.
Yeah, you damn right it's going to happen. You're going to slap the head of this little Filio team.
I'm going to ask: if McGregor doesn't beat Chandler, are all these potential fights off the table, or will he just always be the guy that people think I'm still going to pay my money to watch?
I reckon
it's a tricky one, isn't it?
It is a tricky one because McGregor broke his leg. I think that sort of saved his star power in a weird way.
Yeah.
Because let me know, he cannot afford to lose this, you know.
Yeah, he can't.
I think that's why he's going, I'm going in at 100%, or I'm not going in.
Yeah.
Because he knows the gravy train's going to run dry if he loses to Michael frickin' Chandler.
Yeah.
Yeah. The guy who's been getting cooked by every single UFC lightweight.
Yeah.
RDA was cooking him. Poirier was cooking him.
Yeah.
Islam thought, you know what? I want a little piece. Well, I'll cook him too. No. McGregor has to win. And I think that's why he's like, I need to take this 100%.
Which is the right approach, in my opinion.
And McGregor has earned the right to go, no, I'm fighting at 100%. Because I fought injured for multiple fights for you. This is the only time I want to go in 100%.
I think Connor's right to do that. I just think if he loses, if let's say he loses a close decision, I don't think that does anything to harm his brand. But if he goes out there and he gets obliterated, if he gets smoked,
hey, if you get Dan Hookered,
I think it's done for him. If I'm going to be honest,
it's gonna be done.
But if he comes back and wins, oh my goodness, it'll be crazy.
It's gonna be yeah.
Like it would be insane. But I don't see it. I
just pray to God. There's a will. There's a way. Come on, McGregor. Still backing you all the way.
No, I hope he does it.
Leave this fool.
I hope he does it. It'll be fun. If he does it, it'll just reignite. It'll reignite that division. It'll just reignite MMA as well.
Yeah, because I think it's hit a little bit of a stop. Wait a minute. Hold up.
Yeah.
Because when boxing's becoming more interesting, then Houston, we got the problem.
Yeah.
We got the big problem.
But he could be the key to unlocking MMA again, which would be really interesting. But Luke, bro, we're going to wrap up there. A lot going on in MMA at the moment, but it's what we love. It's fun. I think the next few weeks are going to be very telling of what happens. Obviously, we've got Manchester card coming up soon as well. So I'm hoping no one falls off that card. I'm hoping it stays good and we get a great event. I just wish it was an earlier time for us to watch, but hey ho, it is what it is. They've done us again, and we'll be there for it. Bro, tell the people what you've got coming up and where they can find and support you, bro.
Oh, what's coming up? That I'm not too sure yet. I'm not too sure because there is so much like stuff to do videos on. I'm sort of trying to get a schedule in. Obviously, I've got a few things going on at the moment. That's why I've sort of taken a bit of time away whilst I just sort out a few things. Yes, but my channel, Luke Tanner, hopefully I'll have something out by the end of the week. Guaranteed. I'll have something out by most likely Friday. It'll be something on Friday, depending what news comes about. So check the channel out on Friday. I may do a live on Friday.
Nice. I probably have a couple more videos coming out between now and the weekend, so please have a look out for those. On the road to 2,000 subs as well, so please subscribe if you're new. Also, please share this with any MMA fans or combat fans in general, but also mainly gonna ask a big favor, guys. Go over to Luke Tanner's channel, subscribe there. Go over to Jamie Phillips' channel and subscribe over there as well. Without them two, this channel would be on the floor. I probably wouldn't even make it to half the events because I'd be sleeping, and Luke and Jamie wouldn't be calling me saying, Cal, it's time to go live. So please go over there and show your support to two legends. As I said, look out for a few more videos coming out between now and the weekend. But as things to pertain to this show, it's been a pleasure. Thank you all for watching and listening. Alex Pereira is still #1 at 205. Will Khabib come back? Adesanya versus Plessis, the Battle of Africa. And this weekend, boxing sees two MMA fighters go head to head. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Thank you all for watching and listening. Until we see you next time, take it easy, people. See you later.